Yo guys, JJ here, and I'm going to be showing you how to make a start menu for your game. Yo guys, so let's say you have a game here, and you want it to open a start menu before you actually enter the game. A menu that you can choose whether or not you want to play the game, or whether or not you want to change some options, or even exit the game. So I'll show you how to do that in this episode. We're gonna go first. You have the game scene that you want to have it go to. So we're gonna create a new scene. So just open scene, save that. Okay, so we have a scene here. First thing you're gonna go do is you're gonna go to scene. Make sure the 2D is clicked, and we're just gonna create an empty object. We're gonna call this level manager. Oh, level manager. Alright, and you're just going to create a new script and call this level manager. Level manager. There we go. And so down here, I like to be organized, so I like to always make sure I have a folder. Oh, that's in the wrong place. Here, I'll delete that. Okay, so in assets, just create a new folder and call this scripts. I like to keep all my scripts organized, so just keep that in there. And then over in the hierarchy, we're going to create a UI element, so a panel. And make sure before you do anything else, drag your camera into the canvas, and you're going to have to resize your camera. So first, you're going to change the perspective to orthographic and reset the positions. Change the Z to -10. Go over to the size and make sure you have the size set to 227.5. So that will be the same size as your panel right here. So that's what that stretches over. Okay, and that's all set. Now you can go to your panel and name it menu. So now you can reset this alpha so that you can totally see it. Unless you want like a background behind it, you can set that, but this is what I want it for now. Just a plain background. Maybe a little bit. So now what you're going to do is inside the menu, you're going to create a UI. You can create a button if you want to, or you can create a panel. Both ways are basically the same. I'm going to create a button just to make it simple. So go down into your button and change the text to play. Make it a bit bigger. You're going to go to about like 30 or 30 32. Here we go to 32. And you can't see it right now is because the button is too small. So we're just going to resize this. There we go. Center it. There we go. Now we can change the colors around here. If you want to have like a blue button or a green play button. There we go. And we can change around the text colors if you want to. See how that looks. Looks pretty good. I can live with that. So now we're gonna actually duplicate these. Control D. Oh, not the text. We don't want the text to be duplicated. We want the button to be duplicated. Control D. Control D. So we have actually three buttons. Name the first one play button. Name the second one options. And the third one to exit. Oh. There we go. And now we need to move around these buttons. So just drag this one down a bit and drag the exit one even further. So see, there's about 56 between, maybe like 55. And then this one, 55. Plus negative 55. About, that's pretty good for now. Okay. So I can see they're a little off center. I mean, a little different right here. So now we just need to change the text. So in the options, we change this text to options. Okay, options. I'm gonna go to exit, the text, and change this to exit. And now we can actually change the colors if you want to like a, and this one to maybe a even bluer color. So like it's like a cascade, different colors. And then when you click play, you can see that there's a click, so you know that you're clicking it. There's a highlight when you click. So now we just need to add the script so that whenever you click the play, it will go to the scene. When you click the options, it will open this tab. We'll have an options tab in this menu, and then we're gonna have the exit, quit the game. So the exit won't stop the play mode in the Unity scene menu, in the Unity game menu, but it will quit the game when you have a build of the entire game. So if you have like a build of it, I'm gonna delete this. There we go. If you have a build of it, it will quit out of the game. That it will work. So I'll show you how to do that real quick. Okay, so first we're gonna go into Level Manager, into the script actually, Level Manager script, open Mono Develop. Once that opens, we'll just get right to it. So in the actually you don't need either of these. So we're just gonna create a void. It's gonna be called load game, and we're just gonna put in a string, and this is gonna be called name. So it's basically saying when we call this, whenever we click the button, we'll put in the name of the scene that we want to load, and whatever scene that is, when we put in the name, it will load the scene. Actually, I can change this game to scene because it might not always be the game. Like if we're loading, say for instance, the option menu, that's just a different scene basically. Actually, that's just a different menu that will be loading. And I actually don't think that will be in this code. That will just be that will be a separate script. But for this, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put application dot load level down here, and then in the brackets or in the parentheses, we're gonna put name, and then semicolon. That's basically it. That's all for the load level. When we go to the quit, it'll be application.load level quit. So we'll play this. Oh, actually, before we play, we need to make sure we have in the play button down here where it says on click. This list is empty. Just click plus and drag the level manager into the object. Then where it says no function, we're gonna click and add a function right in level manager. It's gonna be called, oh, I forgot something. You also need to make this void public. Make sure you do that, or else you won't be able to see it in the scene view. So play button, and then scroll down. No function, level manager, load scene. So this is where we put the name of the scene. So we're just gonna put game. Make sure this is correctly capitalized, because it will take, if it's not capital and you're putting a capital, it won't load the scene. So make sure it is the right name. And that should be all set. So once we hit play, it loads the scene. Look at that. So now we can add the options and the other things. So in the options, actually first we're going to start with the exit. So on mouse, we're just going to drag this over. And now we don't have a function yet. So actually we're just going to level manager load scene. So we're not going to use this function. We're going to add a new function. It's going to be called load or public void quit game, and then parentheses. We don't need to add anything into this because it's not taking any information in. It's just going to quit the game. So in here we're just going to do application dot quit, and that's it. That should work. So in order to see this work, we can't just go, actually first I'll show you what will happen when we just add it down here. So no function, level manager, quit game. So now let's see what happens. It shouldn't do anything right now. It shouldn't stop the menu. It shouldn't do anything like that. And it doesn't. So in order to see this work, what we need to do is we need to build the game. So file, build settings. We're just gonna add this into it, this scene. We actually first need to save the scene as start menu. And once it's saved, we can just go over here to assets, go up here to build settings, and drag the start menu in. Make sure it's the first thing that's in. So the first is start menu, then its second is game.unity. Okay, and now we'll just build it. Build and run actually. File name, game. And once this builds, once it's compiled, builds the whole game, we're gonna see how this exit button works. Alright, and this is what should pop up for you guys. Make sure you hit the window tab, make sure you have that clicked in, or else you won't be able to escape if the buttons don't work. So now that that's clicked, we can try it, and let's see if the exit button works. There we go, and it works. Now let's try the play button. Worked before, it should still work. Alright, and play. There we go, and it works. So now I'm going to show you how to make the options button open a menu. So first off, I'm actually going to make a little start menu text right there, just to let you know it's a start menu. So inside menu, I'll just make it UI, text, something really simple. Drag that up, resize it a bit, maybe a little longer. There we go. And resize this to about 60 maybe. 60, something like that. There we go. And start menu. Go down here and make it the middle of the middle. Looks pretty good. I like that. So now how do we get the options button to go to the options? So first off, what we need to do is we need to go into level manager script, so over here, and we're gonna have to reference two objects. One we haven't created yet, so public transform. So the first one's gonna be main menu, and the second is gonna be options. Options. If I can spell for you guys. Options menu. I'm actually gonna make these first two letters, the first letters on both, um, oh, lowercase. There we go. And then you just semicolon. It should be all set. Okay, so now in the down below, we're gonna add another function, public void. We're just gonna call this options menu. And it's going to take in a variable of a boolean, and this is going to be called toggle, or clicked. There we go. Oh, there we go. Okay, so what is this going to do? First off, it's going to say if the clicked is equal to true, not true. I just can't spell today. If it equals true, and then else, I'll put an else here. Okay, so if it equals true, we're going to check the main menu. So actually, if it equals true, we're just gonna shut off the main menu and open the options menu. So first with the options menu dot game object dot set active parentheses toggle, not toggle, clicked. There you go. And then we have to do that over here. So options, actually, main menu dot game object dot set active. And this is, we're not actually going to set it to clicked, we're going to set it to false, because it's going to be equal to false, and we would have to take in two variables to get what this is, but we don't really need to. So I mean, as of now, all we really need to do is we could just say this is true, but we really do need to take in a variable to make sure this is clicked, just to make sure that we want to turn it off or turn it on. So that's why we take in this variable. We don't need to set it here. We could, which that's what we're doing right now, but we don't have to. We could just say is true. So we're actually going to just copy both these things right here and paste them down here. Delete this line. There we go. And it still equals clicked, and this one equals true. Alright. Okay. So that's all good. This right here. That's really all you need. So just save that. Go over here into the options button. Go down here. Drag in the level manager, which I already did. And open to level manager. Go down to options menu. And make sure it's clicked. So that will open the options menu. So now we just need to make the options menu. What I'll do right now is actually make this main menu, rename it to main menu, just so we know it's the main menu. There we go. And now we can just create another menu. So UI panel. And I'm actually going to toggle this off right now. So, wait, what is the color that this has? I'm just going to take this color. So this color is A5, A5, A5. So panel. A5, 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 FE, or EF. There we go. So I think I might want a little darker. So I'll just, yeah, about there. That looks good. So now when you'll know when you go to the options menu, because it'll be a little darker. So now we're gonna have the buttons. So rename this first to options. Options menu, and inside this we're going to create a button, actually several buttons, the first of which is going to be called return. I really can't spell today. So return is the first one. We're going to drag this one down to about here. We'll resize it a bit, make it a little little bigger. There we go, and just change the text on the side to return. Make it 30. And the color is going to be, it's going to be like a blue. Yeah, like that. Just change the text color real quick to like a white. There we go. I like that. That's good. So now we just need to duplicate this button. Before I duplicate these, I'm just gonna make it a little bigger in the scene. So that's pretty good. Maybe a little bit taller. There we go. And now we can just duplicate these just about 4 times. Control D. There we go. And then we can take the first one, position. Okay, so like right about 80. And up by, actually more than 80. We'll just do this first. So 50, negative 50. And then 150. Yeah, that's good. And then the second one, we're just gonna have this plus 150 and negative 50. Okay. So the third one, do, actually for this one it's gonna be 150. Actually negative 150. Negative. And this one's probably gonna be about 50. Yeah, maybe a little less, like 40. Yeah, that's good. I like that. So we can do the same for this. So 40 here, and 50. 150. There we go. So now we can just rename these all. So the second one's gonna be this one. So we'll just have this one like controls. Controls. This one's gonna be the player settings. This one's gonna be the music. And this one is graphic settings. Actually, I'll put no space between that. Oh. Yeah. Ah, come on. So, graphic settings. There we go. And now we just can go into all these, change the text to what they are. An easier way to do this, after I do this, so an easier way to do this is just to copy this, Control copy, or Control C, and then just go down here and just paste it. You can do that for all of them. Into the text, and paste that. And for the graphic settings, some of these, hopefully they all fit in the text. Oh, that just passes. So we might have to make the sizes a bit bigger. I'm actually gonna see if I can do that real quick. Sorry about that. So the width, 228, maybe 230, 240. Yeah, because then we can add a space. Yeah, let's see what the space is.
keys of space. There we go. So yeah, I'll just make them all 240. So 40. Add the space in here. Oh, space there, and make it 240. Same with controls. 240, and that should be all set for that. We might want to add like a just options menu here, right up here. So we'll just close all these, and UI text. Oh, don't mess with that. There we go. Scale the size. Okay. And options menu. Make it 60 in the center. And that looks great. It's centered. Yep, it's perfect. So now let's just make this return button go back to the main menu. So return into the button, plus grab the level manager and go to level, options menu, and leave it unclicked. And that should be all set. Alright. Unsigned variable. Oh. Haha. So now in the level manager, we need to add these two menus. Forgot to do that. So drop the options menu and the main menu. So now I'm actually going to start in the main menu. I'm going to open the options, disable this one, and re-enable the main menu. So when we play it and click options, it'll go to the options menu. Now we click return and it'll go back. That's great. So you guys should know how to do the music and the controls. It's basically the exact same thing that we did with the options. So I hope you guys have a great day. Leave a like and subscribe for more. And I'll see you guys in the next episode.